All right, we are doing an alchemy draft. So there's one card in each pack that is an alchemy only card. I think there's only like 20 something, maybe less than 20, I think, actually, maybe in the whole alchemy set. So it's basically like a second bonus sheet in each pack. Inspiring Easel, 2 mana. Tap to add 1 mana of any color for an instant or sorcery. Tap to choose an instant or sorcery card in your hand. Prepare that incorporates blue red, which means it gains that additional mana cost. And gains when you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only as a sorcery. I mean, yeah. I kind of imagine that this is a little bit like regular draft where it's often just better to pick like the normal regular aggro strategy, right? I might honestly win more just drafting a regular degular lorehold deck, but that's no fun. So we're gonna pick the alchemy card and we're gonna try our best to make it work. Maybe we'll see a second one. Glorifying Verse. Ooh. I mean, Silver Quill and Alchemy? A hybrid black-white. Exalted. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell that targets a creature, conjure a card named Glorifying Verse into your hand. That's sick as hell. There's also in group projects. He's also a great card, yeah. There's also a Tide Caller here. This is a regular SOS card. Normal one. Works with Mill. Doesn't copy the trigger there. I'm going to take 2 arena cards because 2 alchemy cards, and I'm going to hope to play at least one of them in my deck. So we're going to see if we can find an open road here, find some signals, and we'll see what happens. Group Project is maybe just a better straight up card than this, but there's also a Last Gasp in there. Okay. We're also seeing a group project, another group project rather, Sleight of Hand, Poiser's Apprentice. So with this card, you want to use it on expensive cards, right? You want to use it on like 4 or 5, maybe 6 mana spells to copy and get those big splashy effects rather than on cantrips, right? Getting a 3 mana draw 2 is just like off of Sleight of Hand is pretty cringe, especially since it turns it into a triple pip card. You know? So I think I'm going to take a group project here just as the best card in the pack. Kind of regretting passing up the last one, but that's okay. Paint Mage goes with the Easel, but I think Group Project is just an amazing flexible card. Easel is like a tiny loot. Yeah, it is. Slam a Group Project. Okay, another Alchemy card. Summit Fest Closing Ceremony, 3 blue-red. Starting intensity 3. Whenever you cast another instant or sorcery spell, if 5 or more mana was spent to cast it, this card intensifies. Add X blue and X red, where X is this spell's intensity. Draw a card. Okay, well, obviously I'm slamming this. This is sick. Okay. Triggers from all zones and does not use the stack, which is what Carvercast does. That's sick as hell. So I'm going to take that. Goes well with the Easel. Might be in Prismari land here. Consumed by history. Till end of turn, whenever a non-token creature dies, it perpetually gains Unearth 5. Consumed by history deals 3 damage to each creature. So 3 damage. Better Pyroclasm. Or can copy it to deal 6 to everything. I'm being the asshole that's holding up the draft. But everything does perpetually gain Unearth. So if I have Graveyard Hate, it's better for me. It makes it kind of one-sided. A one-sided board wipe. That's sick. Okay. I'll go with a Hydro Channeler here to help with my Prismari cards. Yeah, over a Fire Singer. Cool. How fun. Okay, there's a Wilt and a Heat. You can often go Jeskai with these kinds of things. Visionary's Dance is pretty nice as a 2 mana instant Sleight of Hand, or 7 mana get 2 3/3s. I think I'll go with a Visionary's Dance here. Works both in the early and late game. There's also Scalar Scholar. This is another alchemy card. When it enters, each card you own with X in its mana cast perpetually gains a spell cost 1 less to cast. That's so sick. That's sick as hell. Okay, but I think we are soft locked into Prismari. So we'll see if we can get something fun done here. Tidal Mage, Rubble Rouser could be decent. Landscape Painter. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the easel. I don't love the painter. I think I'm gonna go with the Tidal Mage, actually. Okay. Couple of black-white cards. I think I'll take the land in case we end up wanting to go soup. Easel does add a mana of any color for instants and sorceries. Take a Muse's Encouragement. Could be playable. Fix is broken, always perpetually wheeling. Alchemy card. Whenever you conjure one or more cards, this creature becomes prepared. Bolt Wave deals 3 damage to each opponent. Don't really have many ways of conjuring, right? But that's alright. I'll take it for the shiggles. Actually, Deluge Virtuoso is better. Go for that. Quick Study here is a nice pickup late in the pack. Lorecaster, Chase Inspiration, Wild Hypothesis. Go with the Lorecaster. Works well with perpetual cards, I guess. Follow the Lumerets. Mountain. Okay. Meritors of Conflict here as our normal rare. Scintillating Encore. Hybrid Black-White. Instant. Target creature control perpetually gets +2/+0. When a creature dies this turn, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Pretty sick. That is pretty sick. There's a Terramorphic Expanse here. Archaic's Agony. Could be cool if I try to do a soupy kind of deck, right? It's possible. It's very possible. Also Terramorphic Expanse. There's also Heated Arguments. Emeritus might just be a correct choice here, but I think we are going to lean into being a little bit more control. I think Archaic's Agony is definitely the more fun pick. So let's see if we can make a pseudo-soupy deck work here. Easel does help fix for it. Vibrant Outburst is nice. Sky Coach Conductor, also pretty decent. Orisa is okay. I think it's just a Vibrant Outburst here. Nice control-y card. Great removal spell. Great rate. Orisa is so hard to cast for 2. Sometimes you can get it though, but just go with an Outburst here. Lightning Strike plus. Lightning Strike side grade. Okay. What the hell is this? It's a class? Advanced Floral Invocations. Whenever land you control enters mill 2. Level 2 for 1 mana. Whenever land you control enters, creature cards in your graveyard perpetually get +1/+1. 6 mana. You may play lands and cast creature spells from your graveyard. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality counter on it. That's sick. Sick as hell. Okay. Time to get Divergent. I don't know about that one. Maybe? It could be good, actually. Maybe I'm good. Let's do it. Let's do it because John Watts said so. Matterbending Mage. I do love Mayman and War. The Alchemy card in here is Feed the Bog. Replicate 1 in a black. Creature cards in your graveyard perpetually get +1/+1. Then return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty cool. Yeah, 3 mana for level 2 seems pretty okay. I am a little bit worried about the mill in some of these games because Witherbloom can often play very grindy, and just accelerating the speed at which you fill up your graveyard could be a little scary. But I guess the goal is that you just win before that. We're just going to take a Matterbending Mage here over second Quick Study. There's also Potioner's Trove as an angle here. I actually kind of like that. I think I'm going to try to go for something that's pseudo-soupy. It's not too late to change our lane, especially if we're just trying to go more flexible. Stress Dream. This is the Alchemy card. Impose Hierarchy. Destroy target creature with mana value 4 less. You gain 1 life for each creature card in its controller's hand. Very interesting. Way to get some information. But yeah, let's go for a Stress Dream here. Nice little 2-for-1, inherently. Terramorphic Expanse is great. There's also Spell Pierce, Hydra Channeler, Season Spoils, Elemental Mascot, all very playable in our deck. But let's just go with the land here. We only have the 1 Converge spell right now with Archaic's Agony, but odds are pretty decent. We'll find more. Micah? Is it ever Micah? Yeah, Fractal Mascot is probably pretty decent. I don't really have artifacts, so let's just go with a Fractal Mascot. Love some more lands. Archaeomancer's Spade. When this artifact enters, seek 2 cards with flashback and put them into your graveyard. Red, white. Can't be spent to cast spells from your hand. Pretty cool. I believe all the prepared spells counts as outside your starting deck for alchemy cards that carry over it. Good to know. Thank you. Just take a Rapturous Moment here. Over like a run behind. Actually, we need interaction. Let's go with that. I don't think it was necessarily... Any of those choices were necessarily wrong. Okay. Just kind of picking sort of at random now. I guess we are soup, right? Kind of base teamer. Take a second converge payoff here. Sure. And then Hydra Channeler, take a second one of those. Yeah. Dece. Quick Study, second one over first Biomancer. Yeah. Sure. What the hell is happening? Okay. Taking a meal. Yeah, that is a late archaic for sure. Okay. There's something happening here. Not all of it is good, but it's something. I think during pack 3, I take lands pretty highly. I actually have a pretty good amount of removal, right? A lot of it is red. I have a lot of card draw, card selection. Okay. What fun. So much fun. Paradox Gardens, probably gonna end up being played here. Molten Core Maestro. Hello, beautiful. What's my alchemy card? Archaeomancer Spade. I mean, it's just a Maestro, right? 2-drop? Grows whenever I cast an insert sorcery. Sometimes this can just win games by its own. Passing on a Stress Stream and a Terramorphic Expanse. Yeah, Maestro is nasty. So let's just go for that. Hope that we can find like 2 or 3 more pieces of fixing in this pack. I'll be picking it pretty highly. But I think Maestro is just a nice little bomb. Okay. Could have a second Emil here. It's not terrible. Barrage Barrage is okay. Disdainful Stroke could be decent. Could take a second Visionary's Dance. There's also a Titan's Grave. I don't actually really want that. Oh, Emil's so good if I'm soup. I'm gonna go with Emil, actually. Go for a second Emil. Land immediately is amazing. I already have one of these Crescendo Conductors. So I'll go for a Spectacle Summit. That's a nice little land. Adds to my Emil count also. Sundown Pass. Could be playable. There's also Quandrix Charm. Would love some more fixing here. Muse Seeker could be possible. Conductor cares for external spells. Conductor said whenever you... What was it? Conjure. Right? I don't think prepared counts as conjured. Does that work? I don't know, man. I think like as written, it doesn't read like it works, but maybe it just does work, you know? Heated Argument. Yeah, prepared is just cast from exile. Yeah, it appears in exile. We have 2 Hydra Channelers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a Visionary's Dance here. Take a second one. High upside, right? If we make it there. Second Sundering Archaic. There's also a Rancorous Archaic. I would have loved to get a, what's his face? Sonar would have been a great pull here. There's also Rancorous Archaic, Muse Encouragement, second Rapturous Moment. Bulk Up can steal wins, but I don't think that's what we're about, right? We are a control-y slow deck rather than being a quick aggro deck. Scalar Scholar, Tackle Artist. I think it's just Embrace the Paradox here. Yeah, let's go with that. Could take a third Emil. That's interesting. I don't think that's what we're about, though. Well... Seize is okay. Yeah. I kind of like that, right? As fixing. It's nice. Archaeomancer's Spade. I don't have anything with flashback, really. think it's just a charging Strife Knight here. Give us some card filtering. And a body. We have a decent number of creatures right now. I don't think I play more than one of these in any circumstance. So let's just go with the Strife Knight. Give us some options. Third Dance. Disdainful Stroke. Barrage. I think I go for the Stroke here. Sure. Procrastinate. Quite nice. Expel. Acolyte Museeker. Nice little Museeker. Might play that. Deluge Virtuoso. Yeah, okay. Our lane was pretty open, looks like. Okay. Imagine if Emil wasn't legendary, yeah? I mean, you probably only ever have mana to activate one of the abilities, right? But what a fucking shit pile. What is happening here? What the hell is happening? Okay. I don't even know where to start. I think we are pretty committed to being 3 colors plus, in which case Archaic's Agony pretty much always makes it in. At least 1 Emil, probably 2 TBH. Let's play our alchemy cards because that's the whole reason we're doing this. 1 Potioner's Trove at least. I'm gonna play both of these Archaics. And then let's start putting removal in. And also bombs. Probably at least 1 run behind, maybe 2, at least 1 quick study. Am I ever a divergent equation deck? I'm gonna try it. I think we, by extension, are also a Zealous Lorecaster deck. Museeker could be good. I kind of like a second Hydro Channeler to ramp me up. I kind of like a second Emil. I play at least 1 of these. I don't know about the Fractal Mascot. I think I'm more inclined to take good instant and sorceries. Right? If I just do this, this is 40 cards. And we're just looking to get to late game. Right? Do I ever play one of like other basics? Doesn't really seem that good. How does easel work? Yeah. It does have the additional text of choosing new targets for the copy, so it's not too bad to put it onto an Archaic's Agony. I only have 4 colors of mana in the deck. Don't have any sources of black mana. Yeah, Trove is a source, I guess. We also could play Seize the Spoils as another rainbow source. I actually kind of like that. It sort of feels wrong to not play Procrastinate. But what would I cut for it? Right? Maybe a divergent equation? Could be a little mid. Yeah, Virtuoso. Maybe that's a little mid. Frostlynxes are generally pretty decent, right? 3 mana 2/2s that tap and stun a creature. Is the ceremony card good? Yeah. At the very least, right? It adds 6 mana, so it rituals and replaces itself. This is a free roll, IMHO. It does require you to get to 5 mana first, but our whole deck is contingent on us reaching 5 mana. I think Disdainful Stroke is probably okay. I don't know. Like, these are the 3 cards that I'm looking at cutting right now. I like the rest of our cards. They fulfill roles within our game plan, right? Strife Knight could be a value add as well. Tidal Mage is, I think, a little bit too slow, maybe? I don't know, man. I think if this was the 3 mana, add 2 mana at the beginning of your first main phase, I play that. I get those two cards mixed up. This and the other one. Yeah, it is X plus X. It's like Strife Knight feels a little bit wrong to be leaving it in the sideboard. Feels a little bit wrong to be leaving Procrastinate in the board as well. What if I just did that and played the two cards that I wanted to have in the main board? Is that stupid? Is that silly? How many creatures is this? I think I might have, if anything, too many creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's reasonable. Diversion seems, yeah, probably okay. I wish that this was a loot, kind of. I wish I also had loot. Obviously, that would be crazy. I feel like Divergent is like a mana sink, right, for late game, but we have so many mana sinks. IMHO. We have a lot of things to be doing with our mana, so maybe I don't need the Divergent equation. I have never once played this card in my 40. No, I think Archaics is probably pretty good. At the very least, casting this for 3. I'm actually, yeah. Sometimes, decently often, gonna be able to play it for more. Treasure plus Trove makes this easier. Easel also fixes for mana, don't forget. So, pretty decently often gonna be able to cast this for like 5. Right? Or at least 4. And Archaics is, I think, playable once you have X equals 3 consistently. Don't really understand the green splash. I think it's for, yeah, Emil is just a great mana sink, right? Demands an answer. Especially with the number of lands that we have, being able to make like a 4/4 or 5/5 body every turn. Pretty good. I might end up cutting one of these, I think. But maybe let's just run it like this and give it a try and see what happens. 5/5/3 for basics. I might consider going down on a forest, TBH. But maybe I just run it like this. 8 red, 8 blue, 5 green. Then 1 white here. Pass is pretty decent. I personally like Muse Seeker over Embrace the Paradox. I think we'll try this. We'll see, right? I'm thinking about, I think that some of these feel very good with the easel, I imagine, right? Some of these 5-drop spells. Also, refunding mana through the Maestro is definitely something we're looking to do sometimes. Go for it. Thank you. I appreciate your support, despite me making questionable decisions. But making questionable decisions is extremely important in the name of content, you know? Okay, I found a match. Took a minute. Honestly, I'm going to keep this. Have our main 3 colors. We're on the draw here. Yeah, I'm doing it. Got all of our colors. We got fixing. Feels good. Hopefully they're also a slow deck, which maybe this is. I feel like this format kind of incentivized to draft bad decks, suboptimal decks, to take advantage of the neat cards that you've never seen before. Okay. Pest mascot. Scary. Okay. Nice. I was really hoping they didn't have an instant speed way to gain life. We take those. Phew. what the hell? That's messed up, dude. Okay. I think I develop a Potioner's Trove this turn. The next turn, I can Summit Fest Closing Ceremony. I can cast this for X equals 1, which puts 2 stun counters on something. I don't really think I'm at risk of taking too much damage right now. Land also lets me Sundering Archaic for Wooburg, exile at Pest Mascot. If they manage to put a couple counters on it. Biomancer, yep. Taking at least 5. Probably casting Prepared Spell. Okay. Taking 7. Sure. Land is nice. So I get to cast this for X equals 4. Or Wooburg equals 4. I also have the ability to put a bunch of stun counters on like one of these, but I think I just need to develop a board. Nets you 2 mana. Like next turn. Yeah. But if I just put stun counters on this, then I take 6 at the very least next turn, right? And then go down to 5. And I don't think I can afford to do that. So I'm going to go for this. And exile a Pest Mascot, unfortunately. And we'll see what else we can do. Maybe it's a Closing Ceremony angle next turn. I don't know. Or a Procrastinate angle. Yeah. Okay. Taking 6. Down to 5. Visionary's Dance. We are mana away from being able to do that. 6 mana to work with here. Closing Ceremony. Add 6. 7. Then I can Visionary's Dance. I'm gonna put stun counters here. X equals 4. Put 8 stun counters on this. Take 2 next turn. Gain 2 life. Increase the intensity of this. Have a lot more mana to work with to multi-spell the next turn. That's not that bad, actually. They're running out of gas. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. See what happens. We might be in this game. If they find some more ways to gain life, just sort of doubt it. They've done quite a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Grave Researcher. Okay. Okay, they still had gas after all. Little scary. Down to 5 it is. Stress Stream is nice. So I add 8 mana here. 7. All right. I can't wait longer or I just die, right? I think I need to do this now. Okay. 4, 8. Go down to 6, 7. I can Stress Stream? Six, 7 mana. If I do this or Stress Stream, costs 7 mana, which I have. I get to kill 2 creatures, look at the top 2, and grab one of them. Do it twice. Holy shit. We're goated. And of course, we gotta main phase all of this because the mana is temporary. So I have plenty of cards. Let's just take more mana so I can do more things. Holy fuck. Ugh. Ugh. Love to see it. Okay. I think we're back in this game. We might have managed to stabilize. Amazing. That was a great turn. That was a fantastic turn. Sick as hell. All right, now we have Sudden Archaic for probably any creature. Visionary's Dance is amazing. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. So can't quite Visionary's Dance it. I think we start developing Emil Quick Study, Gain Life. Yeah, let's go with that. We're quite a ways before this becomes a threat. I think opponent is just drawing bricks. So it's time for us to kind of develop our board a little bit and rip off this Quick Study, try to draw some more lands. I think I actually Quick Study main phase to try to play a land main phase. Yeah. I'm gonna do this because I might want to Inspiring Easel this turn as a sorcery on like my Visionary's Dance. 2 lands in the top 4 cards let me do it. Okay. I do have Maestro mana if I would like. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I don't get to gain life this turn if I do that, but developing the Maestro is really good. So let's cast my Maestro. I don't think my life total's in danger, right? I don't think there's much that they could have to either burn me out as Witherbloom. I don't think they have any hasty creatures. We have 2 Visionary's Dances in hand, so I feel pretty good doing it on one of these. Thornfist Striker, okay. Okay with me. Foolish Fate, sure. Sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I could Visionary's Dance. Make 4 tutus. Add a bunch of mana. Or add a 3 mana rather. I could also just Archaic, huh? As an option. This is a 3-drop. I'm actually just gonna do this. Make 4 3/3s. It is annoying if they find the life gain, but I think having 4 3/3s is probably pretty good. And there's not much that blows me out here. Biomancer, okay. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, they're just conceding to this. Wow. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Easel game there. That was sick. And I think the next turn we had the mana to do it again. Because we played that tap land that turn, right? We could have tapped the easel, given it to our thing, and then made 4 more 3/3s. Disgusting. Want to know? Mine's better though. My avatar's better. Okay, easel on 2, Emil on 3. Sure. I'll keep. I think I just slammed my Emil on 3. One interesting thing is that you can put this in multiples. I could develop a Hydro Channeler here, but these are kind of the same thing. So let's go with this. If I do this, it costs 7 mana to do, so I'm not going to do that just yet. I think we've got turns to figure that one out. Duna's Peak? Okay. I'm normally not super into like I don't even know how to describe Dune. Like sci-fi, high fantasy maybe? Like, I'm normally not really into Star Wars, for instance. I've never seen this card before. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, conjure a random card from Blood Age Muster's spellbook onto the battlefield. Base power, toughness, perpetually becomes 2/2. Triggers only once each turn. Okay. Wow. Okay. Those are some good ones. I think I'm gonna Hydro Channeler here and try to go for an Embrace the Paradox next turn. Whiffing on lands so far. We'll see if we can hit some next turn, but I like just Embrace the Paradoxing. It might be worth tapping this turn to run behind, costing 6 mana but 5 mana, which I have. So I think I'm actually gonna do this because next turn I'm probably using the easel for Embrace the Paradox. So I think this is the turn to do it. Versus their kind of scary deck. See what happens. Unfortunately, the conjured cards are real cards. So... Six mana right now. Pass the turn, hold up our 2 instants. What an interesting pull. Okay. Sure. So one thing I could do is I could run behind here. Put both of them on the top or bottom. How bad is that? No. We can do that next turn. Yeah, let's do that next turn. And just grow our things this turn. Okay. Land onto the battlefield. Nice. Nice. 6, 7, 8 mana for activities. Could Archaic for 3. This is a 3-drop. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This lets me hold up run behind mana. Should be nice, yeah. Let's do that. That's pretty cool. Okay. One thing that I could do is I could do this main phase. And have 3 mana. No, but that doesn't let me cast Emil. So that's alright. No point in doing that. Is there ever a chance that I tap this? Make my run behind even better? But even more expensive? 3 blue pips, 2 red pips. That's doable with the cards that I have. It's possible. It's possible. Can you run behind 3 times play Emil? No. It is Maestro Fuel, yeah. But the copies don't trigger. Right, it already triggers Molten Core Maestro. It, like, anything above 3 triggers it all the same. So I'm just gonna pass and see what they do here. Probably run behind on their end step. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Maybe should have done that in the other order. Made the Spirit Mascot one resolve first so that they would be forced to put it underneath the Emil, but they're just putting both to the bottom, which is understandable. Thanks. Okay. This is definitely a develop archaic angle. Nothing to leave the graveyard just yet. A Johnny's response. A-okay with me. Second channeler? Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Okay. A lot happening here. Yeah, I think this is one of those board states where Emil is quite good, right? I have extra mana to turn into things. Turn into blockers or attackers. Cute emote. Let's just spam the pizza time emote back and forth, opponent. Looks like they're maybe flooding. I don't know what they have in their hand right now. Just a bunch of removal spells that they don't want to use my 1/3s? Okay. A-okay with me. Thanks. I feel like nice deck is hard to not misread. Personally. When they eventually find gas, Thunder Archaic will be pretty decent. Primary research, okay, nothing to do there. Summit Fest closing ceremony, mayhaps. I'm actually gonna hold that until I have more things to do. This currently adds 10 mana, and I don't really have anything to spend it on, so we'll see. Yeah, we've gotten a couple of, we've got one 7-0 and a 7-1 today, so performing honestly really, really well. Stone Docent. Okay. Yeah, I can copy it. Oh my god. I forgot. Holy shit. 7 mana? That's sick. Okay. Let's surveil on end step. Procrastinate. Probably pretty decent. Right? I'm gonna end up with a lot of mana this turn. I'll keep it. Good enough for me. Oh, the coffee has starting intensity 3, so I add 16 mana in total. Wow. Okay. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. 16, 17, 18. 19 mana to speak of. I mean, it's definitely a lore caster. Get it back, right? How far can I go with this? Yeah, let's do it again. This might not be correct. It might be correct to get back, like, run behind, right? To interact with the board, but this is just so much fun. Okay, okay. Okay. Things are happening. Things are definitely happening. Okay. So I think it's an archaic exile stone docent. Probably outburst them. Or probably tap. I only want it for 2. guess I have another draw here in the Strife Knight. Let's just do it for x equals 2. Exile this. I can just get them down. Deal 5 to them. Take them down to 3. Yeah. I could kill their Violent Outburst. To remove the discard outlet for them. Alright, they're just conceding. Kind of rope them there. I don't think I had lethal, right? Oh, no, I did have lethal. Yeah. Going face with the outburst, yeah. I think I was gonna find the line eventually. Deal 5, and then outburst. Alright, 2-0. Not fast. This deck is not fast, but it is fun. And once it gets going, wow, gross. Holy shit. Making a shit ton of mana. Ooh, baby, that felt great. This hand looks great. Got an Emil. Got all 3 of our main colors. Seize the Spoils, Summitfest Clothing Ceremony, Archaic's Agony. Could be cool. I keep. I snap keep. Okay, Vibrant Outburst is nice as a top deck in case they play something scary. I don't know if I slam an Emil immediately. It might just be a Seize the Spoils angle, but we'll see if there's anything. Do I kill this? Bolt the bird? I bolt the bird? I guess I'll do it. Crawfish Cigarette, hello, hi! How are you? Glad to see you here. So I think I am going to Seize the Spoils here. Pitch a Procrastinate. Ramps me towards an Archaic's Agony. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors so far. Pretty decent. Ugh, it's kind of awkward, right? If I play the Agony, I think I actually play the Strife Knight, hold it up as a blocker, and then end step rummage away my lands. That doesn't feel right either. Yuck. Maybe I play the Emil and potentially next turn start making creatures if they don't find an answer. So let's do that, I think. I think this is kind of our highest upside play. We would be able to start making them for next turn because we play this land. Even though it's tapped, it counts towards Emil's count. Vibrant Outburst? Sorry, did I say Violent Outburst? Yeah, that's a different Magic card. There's so many cards in here that are very close to other existing cards. Okay. A Braid. Yeah. Yeah, you got me. Okay. Okay. So if I Trove, I can play Strife Knight and hold that up. But I think it might just be an Agony angle here on the tester before this gets too big. Grow my Summitfest Closing Ceremony. I think I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to pop it. I guess next turn, I'm pretty decently likely to pop it. Yeah, Visionary's Dance is nice. This becomes 8 mana, which conveniently casts Visionary's Dance, which is awesome. So let's just hope that they don't have any interaction for these cards here. Yeah, life is good. Feeling not like a chud. Feeling content, moisturized, you know? Look at this pathetic opponents playing regular on-rate creatures. You disgust me. Guess I hold up green. Sure. So 8 mana. If I cast this, I end up with 5 mana, only 6. So let's just go for Visionary's Dance here. Pass the turn. Or I had 8 or 9 mana. Could have gone down 3. I think I would have had enough to develop the Potion of Stirrup. I actually kind of fucked up there. They have a 6/6 now in Applied Geometry. A little bit annoying. Fortunately, Sundered Archaic lines up well against that. Let's see what happens. They might swing here. There's also a chance that I Archaic on the Tester. It's a little bit annoying, actually. I don't think that's it. That doesn't feel right. 7 mana. Feels like just an Archaic onto the Environmental Scientist copy. Swing in for 6. Seems decent. Probably take some beats here, though. Tester is slow. Yeah. It's 4 color. Throw it on a Scientist. I guess this should have done this post-combat. Probably. Sure. Okay with me. I think I'm not going to attack now with this. If they attack, I block. I'm happy to trade. Holy fuck. Okay, what do you have? Embrace the Paradox. Very nice. Great pull. Need to find some removal here for Zephi. Do I trade these? I don't think so now that they've shown me this. Okay. Okay. 8 mana. So I can Strife Knight plus hold up Embrace the Paradox. Not bad. I'm gonna do that. Rather than Potioner's Trove and gain life. Let's go with this. Potioner's Trove is kind of losing its equity here late on into this game. So I'll pass it back. I think I have a lot of crazy draws, right? Well, I guess I might be a little bit late for the crazy draws, huh? I would have loved a turn 2 easel. Oh man, you got one of those too? It's messed up. Absolutely messed up. I think I might be losing this game. Opponent has a really sick deck. Just a free 6 mana ritual. Okay. Shared roots, sure. Luckily they're not doing that much. Oh my god, what the hell? What a deck. Proctor's Gaze. Disgusting. Yeah. 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 Wow, 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 wow. Holy fuck, dude. They can put 3 counters onto something? Jesus. Okay. So I die? Me not being able to triple block Sophie is really, really sad. I guess let's take the line. That leaves us alive. No. Go to blockers. They're right here. Tracy's here. What wins here? Or what stabilizes me? Oh my god. Easel plus Pyroclasm? So bad. Okay. Show them what we had. Alright, but then we just die because they have a flyer. Oh my god. Disgusting game. They had the bigger, bonkier deck than me. Wow. What if I was a bounce spell and you were a rampant growth and there was a proctor and we were both girls? I do be voice boxing. Oof, it's so close. We're on the draw. How many red sources do we have? I love this hand, except for the fact that we don't have red sources. 5 mountains, 3 non-basics. I can't. It's like 25% chance. Okay, this hand is much better. I guess I'll put Embrace the Paradox to the bottom. Maybe Emil. I have 2 copies of Emil. Let's do that, actually. Okay. How much do you love it? Like, a bunch. Thank you for the 3,000 biddies, Mr. Moose. Appreciate you. First time chatter, too. Big baller. What a G. Alright, let's kind of show them our ass here. They can see all 3 of our colors. We had the option of playing another basic, but let's just get all our colors down in case we get Arcane Omens on turn 3 or whatever. With them Charm, sure. That's okay. Got a couple of 5-drops here. Hopefully we can do something with our Summit Fest closing ceremony, not clothing ceremony. What set is this? Yeah, it is Secrets of Strixhaven, the newest Magic sets. 3,000 more biddies. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. All right. Developing the Potioner's Trove is really nice. Means that we get some incidental life gain. Pretty easy. Land. Discard here. Okay. Yeah, let's just pass and Embrace the Paradox on end step. Do miss out on a land drop this way, but this is kind of a land drop if you squint, you know? And we're hoping that we don't find more than like 2 lands off of it. Okay, take 1. Yep. 3/4 Pest Mascot. We are within range of still being able to kill it with our Archaic's Agony. If I was able to find another color of mana off of this, it would be sick. No such luck though. Okay. So this is for 4. With 0 excess damage, but it does grow my closing ceremony, which is pretty good. I think I'm gonna go for it. I don't think they have any instant speed ways to protect. I'm gonna go for it. Do that. No protection? No life gain? Instant speed? Alright, nice. I do get no impulse draw off of it, but it does still grow my Summit Fest closing ceremony. And then I have Zealous Lorecaster as something to get stuff back. It's definitely a closing ceremony angle here this turn. 7 mana. Chat casted Doubling Season. Yeah, this is on PC. You can get it through Steam or through their own regular clients. No counter spells in green black. Yeah. All right, 10 mana. 6 mana. Could replay it. Get 10 mana back. Let's do it. Ah, it's so free. Okay. Three mana left. I could Emil here. I actually kind of like that over developing a Hydra Channeler. It does mean I don't get to gain 2 life, but I have so much life that I'm not at all in fear of my life total right now. So Emil gets set up to make 5/5s next turn. Very nice. That was a great turn for us. Okay. Last gasp, that's fine. I have so many threats. Yeah, I play a lot of paper magic as well. I play a lot of standard. Got lessons in standard. I might get the discard deck. That's a fun one. I also have Ruby Storm and Modern. I would say that's maybe my favorite deck right now. Okay, they get to kill one of mine. Still got plenty of threats to do. Okay, go to combat, swing in. Glad I have the Surveil right now. I'm not gonna use the Vibrant Outburst unless I can help it. No Commander? I used to play a lot more Commander than I do right now, but I'm currently more into 1v1 formats. Alright. Is there end step, right? Yeah. I also play a ton of Limited. So dropped, sealed. Big fan of those. Okay. Combat, swing for 3. That's the turn. We have Vibrant Outburst. Plus Potioner's Trove activation for life. Plus Surveil up this turn cycle. Old Growth, Educator. Okay. It says Reach, unfortunately. So I'll need to find something to deal with this eventually. Gonna shuffle before surveilling. Alright. Consumed by history. I don't want that. Okay. Ugh. Kind of bricking here. Opponents have a very high life total. Oh, I need to find some more play. I have another Visionary's Dance. That would be great. Strike Knight would be good. Seize the Spoils. Quick Study would be great. Another Emil would be great. Stress Stream would be awesome. Grass Knight would be awesome as well. Easel would be pretty great as well. Yeah, Easel is on strike. Doesn't like me very much. Alright, pass the turn. They attack with their Educator. I probably trade it for a Channeler. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, I could consider keeping Terraforming around for Emil, but I don't know, man. Doesn't feel great. IMHO. But it's possible. I think the thinning is probably more likely to be relevant than the power toughness of a hypothetical token. I don't know, man. We are correctly on their end step before surveilling. Okay. Do I ever surveil an upkeep? It's 5 mana. I left with 4 5 mana to play with. I have too many draws that are good and decently expensive. Well, actually, maybe not. The only thing that I wouldn't be able to cast would be like a Vibrant Outburst and Sundering Archaic. That's actually castable as well. So let's go for it. And surveil and upkeep. Procrastinate. Okay. Yeah, I'll draw that. So I can do this for 8, 9. I actually think I hold off and wait until I can untap and cast this for more. And also have Vibrant Outburst. I'm guessing... Yeah. I might be supposed to do this on their upkeep. Well, actually, let's let them surveil, because they still get the surveil trigger no matter what. And if I kill this in response to the trigger, then there's a chance that it becomes prepared, right? Because this trigger still stays on the stack. Or I guess it doesn't work like that because the creature's gone. But yeah. Feed the swarm. Okay. Check. Before combat, I'm going to kill this, tap this down. Gain life. I think I played that pretty well. Okay. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. 11 here. If I do this for X equals 4, put 8 counters on this. And still have mana up to Surveil, which I think is pretty valuable. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can use the Hydro Channeler. Take 12 or take 2. 12 minus 5 is 7. So I can do it for X equals 6 if I tap the Hydro Channeler. Or let's do X equals 5 so I can tap the Potioner's Trove. Okay. Pass the turn. Okay. Surveil. See if we like what's on top. Hydro Channeler, don't need that. Run behind. It's pretty nice. I actually think I'm going to seize the spoils here. Ugh. Am I able to do that? I think I hold, actually. Try to slow this game down. 11 cards left in library is terrifying. I don't know how I win. Easel plus Visionary's Dance would be sick. I think that's kind of what I need to edge towards. I don't have Lorecaster anymore. Emil would also be a fantastic pull. So I think I sort of have to do this, as much as it sucks. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna hold up Surveil. I guess I could have gained life and used the treasure, right? I have so much mana that doesn't really matter. Let's do that. Stress Stream is great. Okay. This is a 3-drop, so I only need 3 colors of mana. Okay. Okay. Stressful game. Archaic recycling your deck. Yeah, that's true. I need to remember that as well. Great to know. I think I'm actually gonna start pumping mana into that. Okay. Let's see what we get on top here. Sloth. Not too bad. Witherbloom, huh? Okay. Let's go for a stress stream here. Archaic is fab. The 3-drop. Okay. I think we might get this game. Yeah, I forgot that this also has additional text. Recycling your graveyard, very nice. Put some like closing ceremony, visionary's dance on the bottom of my library. Emil is a good one at this point. Stress stream could be decent as well. Don't think I'm looking for a card draw necessarily right now, unless I have a ton of mana to pump into it. Yeah, I feel more removal and threats does lock it up. So we can attack for 4 here. Or 7 here, rather. This one doesn't have summoning sickness. That's okay, though. We'll say a prayer for opponent who has dropped their phone in the toilet, you know, between their legs, just out of rage here. To you, unless you've stared down the board for a little bit, so... That's alright, though. Ah, they're back. They're hovered a land. They're here. Yeah, you can resolve your Sen in the Pest. It's a reasonably small sample size. The people who are on Twitter are like pretty easily at least the top like 5% most enfranchised players, maybe more. Right? IMHO. Yep, got him. Opponent roped us out for like forever, but that's okay. We've got chat and each other to bide the time with. Nice. 3-1. Opponent needs to take a lesson in decorum from the Silver Quill, probably. Get a life. No one sponsors me to stream. I have sponsors where I get like a kickback from anything people spend. This is kind of an iffy hand, but I'm gonna keep because of the Potioner's Trove. It's a little bit slow, but we have a pretty decent chance of drawing an island. We're on the draw as well for Easel on 2. I'll keep. Yeah. Thank you for the 3,000 more bits. Appreciate you, Mr. Moose. You were threatening me that the deck needed at least 2 wins. Yeah. John's balls are safe today. Easel Dream is worth it. I agree. Yeah. Okay, deck. Nice joke. You can show me more lands now. A few more lands would be nice. Hello. Okay. What the hell? Rude. Okay. Punished. Punished. Feels bad, man. Pretty good use of a grapple with death. That was a pretty load-bearing Potioner's Trove. Yeah. Whiffed on a land drop. I think this is all of the forests we have in our whole deck. Okay. Not feeling very good about ourselves. They have removal for Emil? Stop it. Okay, upkeep, yeah. Oh no! What the hell? Banger card. So sad. Yeah. Ugh. Dude, I think I'm just gonna lose this game because opponent had grapple with death on my Trove. That's sad. That's okay though. It happens, right? This kind of deck is high risk, high reward, you know? You risk just getting trampled by aggro decks. You risk getting situations like this where them destroying your mana rock just murks you, but that's alright. Comforting Council is online now. Okay. A little bit late here. Inspiring Easel for a run behinds. Oh my god, I'm taking like 10 next turn. I can Easel run behind. And I just feel really shitty about myself. Run behind doesn't hit. Council. I think if I had found this in the island like a turn or two earlier, I would have maybe been able to stabilize. That's alright. So I actually think that I might be supposed to quick study this turn cycle off of the easel mana rather than run behind and reduce the damage I take to just 5. Ugh, that doesn't feel good either. No, I'm gonna draw cards this turn cycle. I think finding more answers is what I need to do here. Yeah. I haven't found, or I haven't played the Consumed by History yet. Right. I would have the mana to play it, or I guess not quite. I would need another untapped mountain, maybe, to be able to, yeah, to do it this turn cycle. Oh my god. Jeez Louise. Yeah. I don't technically have no outs here. But they do also have the Teacher's Pest, which becomes a 3/3 when it attacks. So pretty scary. Let's go for a quick study. Okay. Okay. So what are my outs here? If I tap this, this becomes 6 mana, 5, 6, 7. I don't have mana to do both of these. Well, I do have this mana right now if I don't tap this to run behind, but I still take 5 regardless. That's so bad. I think I have a line to only go down to 1 this next turn cycle. Yeah, I can Archaic this. Yeah, I guess that's fine, right? But I'm still at 6. They attack. They put Teacher's Pest there on end step. And I also survive at 1 like that. It's terrible. It's pretty terrible. But it's the line I'm going to take here. Dead to a stiff freeze. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I think this line is safer, right? The run behind Vibrant Outburst line. Deal 3. Tap down a Lumerette. Run behind a second Lumerette. Okay, I'm gonna do this here. Pest Mascot. Okay. We didn't Teacher's Pest that turn cycle. But I'm not technically dead yet. Okay. Yep. Kind of slow rolled that one, huh, opponent? Oh my god. I'm tapped out, brother. I don't have Force of Will in my deck. Oh my god. Alright, alright, alright. 3 and 2. Yeah. Yeah, what a fucking slow roll, but that's alright. Like, my only out would have been, like, Daze or Force of Will. Yeah, hand looks good. Channeler on 2, Strike Down on 3. Could Pretty happy with myself. Could play this as just like a tap land turn 1. Escape. Ooh. Go with this now. Tench Easel, turn 2. Savannah Lions. Very cool. So I could Hydro Channeler this turn and present a decent blocker. If I Easel, I'm not really getting too much value out of it immediately because I can't cast a 5-mana spell. These both don't contribute to creatures, but this one presents a blocker that they either have to get rid of, which means that one of my better creatures later on survives, and it presents a blocker for this if they don't have removal. So I'm going to do this play right now. I think I've got a ways before the mana relevant for instants and sorceries is going to come in handy here, in which case it would have been better to cast the Easel for it being a little more difficult to interact with than a creature, if that makes sense at all. Yeah, so this is, in effect, saving me 2 life, right? Because they can't attack this turn, the play of the Easel. Now I have 4 mana, so I could Strife Knight. I could also Channeler. Unfortunately, I can't double spell this turn, which would be obviously extremely ideal. Maybe the play is just Strife Knight and discard away a Channeler to find a land, to find some lands maybe? It's an awkward one for sure. I think I'm going to try to look for a land here. That'd be nice. Okay, not a land. Sad day, which means that I can't trade with the Grave Researcher this turn, so I'm taking some beats, probably. Some of the alchemy cards are so unreasonably good. Yeah, they're pretty good. Probably taking 3 this turn. Yeah, understandable. Okay. Land is really nice. No attacks. Hold this up as a blocker. Brace the Paradox. The Surveil value is pretty annoying, but I do have Stress Stream to potentially kill it, but I think I'm just going to go for the Embrace the Paradox line. Draw cards, refill my hand. Get a land onto the battlefield. Potentially ramp if I draw 2 more lands in this turn cycle. It's a pretty good target to Stress Stream, I would say. Better than the Grave Researcher. Okay. That's nice. Do I want to do this and discard something as well? Okay. 7 mana to work with here. I'm gonna Easel, double this, and then probably Stress Stream or Procrastinate this turn. I have more value. Let's see what happens here. Definitely doing it for x equals 4 to trigger my intensity. Okay. No attacks. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. How do you play so many drops without going on tilt? It's such a frustrating format. I think that my mental is honestly pretty good. I would go as far as to say above average mental game in being able to not tilt. I think playing a lot of paper Magic has helped me with that. Oh man. That's so sad. That's so, so sad. Do I try to dig further through my deck? I don't really think it matters. Damn. Yep. They're gonna look at all my bangers and be like, whew, thank fucking God I Arcane Omens that turn. Okay. Archaic is nice. But I'm still a sad camper. You can do it for 4. Exile a researcher. Get in for 3 this turn. Yeah, so I would say improving your mental is a pretty important component of all that. Could have attacked with this as well, potentially, but that's all right. Yeah. I also think that, like, this format is really interesting. So to me, this is a really fun format. Even though there are certain frustrating moments, I think that it's a high, it feels like a pretty high skill ceiling one. You know what I mean? What are the odds that I exile this and just go for damage? Go for 7? We're such a far way away from the Stone Glider becoming a threat again. Yeah, so for me personally, I find this format very rewarding. Actually, it's just arc exile. I forget that it can hit the arc. Let's go with that. Very nice. Deny them 2 cards a turn. Yeah. Yeah. Attack for 7. Should have done that post-combat, but that's all right. All right, we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. Pretty fun, fresh, sexy, flirty. I will say, though, if you do find this format frustrating, I understand where you come from. There are a lot of bomby cards. I would say maybe a slightly more bomby than typical format. I think pretty archetype dependent, though, personally. Okay. But yeah, bombs exist. Some of them can single-handedly win the game, right? Like practiced offense is a pretty frustrating card to play against IMHO. Do I hold this Terramorphic Expanse? I think I'm gonna hold, yeah. I think Seize the Spoils is in my grave. Oh no, it's still in my deck, so worth holding the land here. Probably gonna put some of these good cards to the bottom of my library. Zealous Lorecaster is already in my graveyard, which is kind of saggers. But we'll order our cards with the good instant sorceries first. So from best to worst, right? So probably Summitfest Closing Ceremony, Visionary's Dance, into maybe a Lorecaster, and then into a Stress Dream. Okay. I forgot about this. Maybe that was worth exiling. Honestly, I didn't read what this card did. That's my bad. Okay. 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 Gotta find some play eventually. Yeah, Remnant's a little rough. Now it blocks my Archaics pretty well. Do I just take 7? Opponent's at 7. Surely they have something else. I think my odds of drawing to something to remove whatever blocker they play this turn is probably pretty decent. So I think I'm going to take it this turn and see if maybe I can finagle my way into lethal. I don't know. Surely they have more than one creature this turn. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we do... Oh, shit. Yeah. We do get to shuffle. So we're going to put more cards to the bottom. Archaic, yeah. Yeah. So, Stress Stream. Embrace the Paradox, Procrastinate. Pretty decent ones. I think those are all the ones I'm going to put to the bottom. And then any removal spell is just lethal. Procrastinate also counts towards this. Okay. Yeah, they dobs to removal. Unfortunately, Stress Stream doesn't really count, but I think I put it there regardless, right? We're also dead to the 3/3 haste. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Let's try to stack our deck with as many things that put them Dobbs as possible. Embrace the Paradox doesn't really do it, right? Yeah. Stress Stream, I have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 9, 10. So we're so likely, right? For this card selection to be relevant. So I think we do both of these as well, or one of these. Embrace the Paradox looks at more mana, and then now we'll shuffle. Okay, pretty nice. Yeah, I like the draw 3 as well. Okay, I guess more red. Nice. Yeah, that does it. Tap this down. Very, very nice. All right. I wonder what percentage of cards that were left in our deck there would have been lethal, right? Like Outburst, Strife Knight, a lot of cards probably find lethal, right? There are quite a few that get really, really close. I think it was at least like 30%. Yeah. It was a pretty solid chance. All right. Sick as hell. 4 and 2 so far. This deck is so much fun. Maybe I am back on the soup train. Oh, this add-on shows you what your opening hand is before the client displays it to you, which is funny. Yeah. I'm guessing it's a Hydro Channeler on 2 rather than a Maestro immediately. We'll see what we draw, but this hand looks great. Has all of our colors. Pretty nice. Yeah, I think it's just a Channeler on 2 rather than being in a rush to play my Maestro. Don't have any instants or sorceries to speak of. So let's just develop our board. There's an instant or sorcery. Silver Quill Gamer. Okay. Yeah. I sort of like developing the Maestro here. Unfortunately, I do have to play this untapped land rather than the tapped land to make it work because of the pips. Sort of just what happens when you play a slightly greedy deck. Maybe it could have been mitigated by playing the Sundown Pass turn 1, but that's alright. Yeah, I'll take 4 here. Okay. I think this is worth it for the tempo. If they put it on top, it's really, really slow. So they are choosing to put it on top. Okay. They do get another Surveil, which is a little bit frightening, but not so bad. Ink Mage again. Sure. Surveilled an Inkling Mascot away. Quillblade Laureate's a little bit scary as well. Do I swing? I think I don't. It's a little greedy if I attack here. Let's go for this. I probably Visionary's Dance this turn cycle because I have Lorecaster to potentially get it back this next turn. But we'll see what happens. Things might get a little bit weird during the combat step. Definitely frightened. Yeah. So I actually don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I think I chump with my Hydro Channeler, but I was thinking about not. But I think I'm a ways away from being able to do anything, right? With the Hydro Channeler. Or I guess if I top deck a land, then I can just hard cast Visionary's Dance off of it. So I was thinking about blocking with the Maestro, but that doesn't seem right either. I like keeping the Emil up because it means next turn, if they don't have a removal spell, I get to make a 5/5, which is really good. So I was actually thinking about throwing the Maestro in front of the bus. But again, that doesn't seem correct, right? I don't know. I think this is the highest upside play. Ugh, but I can't do both. It's so bad. Comes, adds 4 mana. Let's just go to this. This is like the most obvious play, right? Block with the worst creature. And then I'm pretty sure I Visionary's Dance this turn. We're winning? I don't know. It's hard to say, honestly. Yeah, let's do this. I have removal for Emil and or the Maestro, seems like. I think they're deciding which one to go for right now. Yeah, okay. Paying life on that to destroy Emil. Good shit. Take a forest. Wow, this lines up really well against this board. This grows in response. I get to wipe their board, attack for 4, and then follow up with a meal. That's pretty amazing, actually. They could have a buff spell to save like an Ink Mage or something. Okay. Sure. 3/1 double strike is scary. Okay, now I'm afraid. So I'm actually not going to attack. Well, this could potentially attack for 8. A land next turn lets them do this. Attack for 8 plus 6, which is 14. Yeah. So I'm not going to attack and probably hold Maestro to chump block. Second Emil. Really, really want to get value out of this. Feel like a psycho. Yeah, they have the land, so they could go for this. Okay. If they just attack for 6, I might just take that. But we'll see what happens. Actually, I think I trade for my Laureate to prevent them from having the double strike. I don't mind that, actually. This is a sorcery. They have something to protect it? Okay. Sure. I'm okay with that trade. Please don't have a removal spell for Emil. Please, 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 please. One time, one time, one time, one time. One time. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I can't do both, even if I draw land. Pass the turn. Okay. Okay. Take probably 6 this turn. Okay, I didn't misread, right? This doesn't say as a sorcery. Jesus Christ. Terrifying. Nice. Okay. Easel. Doesn't work. Can't spend the mana from Easel on a meal. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass and make another 6/6. I could attack here and try to eke out a block. I have 5 cards in graveyard. I think I'm gonna hold until I have enough to do something more with. Oh, I'm scared. Cost of Brilliance, sure. So this is now a 6/7. I absolutely slam a double block here. Removal spell blows me out. Maybe just go for a lethal next turn. I'm actually going to take it, I think. Right, removal spell kill blows me out. They look like a pretty good player. I don't know. Feels like we're due to see more removal. And they're holding priority in a suspicious way. So I'm guessing that they have it. Okay. That's amazing. So I have the option of holding up mana for a meal or stress streaming this turn. I also have the easel. So if I want to stress stream, I can also develop the easel at the same time. Yeah, I guess let's go to attacks and see what happens first, huh? Seems fine to me. Attack with one of them? Okay. I don't know if I stress stream. I think I pass and hold up stress stream. And let them potentially do something here. Looks like they have something on my end step. Maybe removal spell with casualty. Okay. Yeah. So it drains me for 8. Or it drains me for 6. Which means that I'm forced into doing this now. Man. Okay. They're at 8. Vibrant Outburst probably gets me to lethal next turn. Would have loved another land here. I'm at 4. Is there ever a universe where I block with a meal so that either of my 2 creatures connecting plus Vibrant Outburst to face is lethal? I think I do it. They have nothing. Yeah. Okay. Good game. Holy shit, that was a tight one. Wow. Oh, terrifying. I think I played that pretty much about as well as I could have. Passing the turn, hold up Stress Dream. Them draining on end step to make Silver Quill itself lethal in the air. I think that was correct. Phew. Oh my god. That was terrifying. 5 and 2, though. Deck is doing the thing. Made our money back already. All right. Found a match. Maestro on 2. Any land makes this hand pretty awesome, but only have the one castable spell so far, but I'm going to keep. We also have Potioner's Trove and Seeds of Spoils as some options to filter, plus ramp / pseudo ramp. Meal is nice as well. Okay. Feeling good. Moisturized in my lane, streaming. Yeah. Thriving. Land? Okay. I am going to Hydro Channeler over Maestro here. To potentially spoils. Sad. Okay. Whiffing on a land drop. Kind of feel like that's been the story of today for this draft. Playing a full 17. But that's okay though. Kind of happens when you're on the play. Poetic like a true Silver Quill, yeah. Okay, yeah. Land? No? Brother. We have a 50% chance of drawing a land, so hold tight. I will stand by that keep any day of the week. Okay. We could quick study to try to hit more land drops. A land next turn lets us play a 2-drop. Kind of cringe. Let's just ramp, guaranteed. See what happens. Next turn, it could be a quick study plus tap this for life angle. It's possible. Okay. Taking 2, down to 18. Okay. I'm gonna quick study here. Main phase. Play any lands. And then I don't have anything else that's castable, so I'll just gain 2 life, negate the damage dealt by the Lumerit's attack last turn. They're whiffing on land drops too, looks like. Okay. Take 3. A little bit afraid. Stress Stream. Alright. Unfortunately, Stress Stream lines up poorly against an old growth educator. 6 mana. This is 3. This is potentially also 3. It might be an Emil plus hold up, run behind moment. Yeah, let's do that. And then next turn we'll start making lands. Run behind probably. What's this on top or bottom? They've got something. For my Emil. Maybe right now? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, down to 11. Vibrant Outburst is a nice pull. I wish I had another mountain. That would be really nice. That's unfortunate. Am I attacking here? Ugh. I don't really feel like their life total is too relevant right now. They're so far away. So I'm going to hold it as a blocker. Probably end step, pitch seize the spoils. Before combat, I guess, I'm going to Vibrant Outburst. I should have done that on their upkeep, but I didn't put a stop there, which is my bad. But I'm going to kill, tap, in response to this creature now. Okay. Okay. Might have been better this way. Let's do this. Then that. Archaic is really nice, actually. Yeah, I can exile the pest. I actually really like doing that. Getting rid of this is really nice. It gets rid of their onboard way to gain life. I'm actually going to do that over this. They're a few mana away from doing it. And I have a second Archaic somewhere in the deck as well. So I'm just going to hold this up as a blocker and see what happens. With just 4 mana, it's probably tough for them to be able to Old Growth Educator with the extra value, yeah. Okay. Sure. Do I ever rummage these away? I think both of these are pretty good, so I'm going to keep them both. Missed out on 3 damage, I guess, by not attacking, but maybe they wouldn't have made the same decision. Okay. 5, 6, 7 mana. If I do this. All right, let's see what happens. Okay. Milling. This is scary now. I'm hoping to embrace the paradox if I can help it. Okay, they have not gained any life. Okay. Visionary's Dance is really nice. I'll take this trade. Do I want to put a creature on the bottom of their library? Or something on mine? Probably theirs is more likely to be relevant, right? With them potentially having the level up. So maybe it's just the biggest creature, Pest Mascot, or a Pest Brood Sloth. I guess let's go with the Sloth. And trade. Okay. They get a 2/2. I gain life. 7, 8, 9 mana. Let's see what happens. Rip it. Okay, 8 mana. Do this. And then I can Emil. Let's gain life. Seems fine. Yeah, and then hope that I can make an army. If they attack with the Old Growth Educator, I might trade. See what happens. Okay. Maybe I don't. I just take 4, go down to 11. If they just have removal and leave me with no board, I'm really sad about myself. So I'm gonna take it, I think, this turn. See what they have. Removal blows me out in like a couple different ways here, I think. I don't really want to give them the option, you know? I don't want to throw my creatures into combat when I don't feel good about it. Yeah, they had Barrage Barrage. Lorecaster is a great pull. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I sort of think it's an old growth, or it's a stress stream on old growth educator moment. Yeah, I'm gonna do this right now. Mountain or forest? I have pretty few green sources or green pips, so let's just take another mountain. Grab this, gain life. I might be supposed to swing here. Feels like they have removal? What do they do there? They tapped mana for like no reason. All right, I'll just hold here. If I'm winning, it's through gaining an overwhelming advantage with like Summerfest or something. Despite them milling every single land. All right, this is terrifying. Holy fuck, Archaic just on time. Wow. Oh my god, what a rip. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Oh my god, that feels so good. Wow, wow. Okay, let's start chunking them. That was the ideal pull there. Yeah, I'm running fucking hot. Oh my god, that was amazing. Black does still have other ways to recur, right? There are straight reanimates in the set. Shade Rider, okay. Fine by me. Sure. They can bring me down to 9 this turn. Yeah. Okay. I think I Archaic and put Emil to the bottom of my deck. And or the second Sundering Archaic. I don't have any ways in the deck of bringing creatures back. I do have a way in my hands of getting instant sorceries back. So let's just do it like this. Why not? Pourquoi pas? Okay. Cake's Agony is an amazing pull. Holy fuck. Okay. All right. That's great as well. They're just conceding. Holy shit. We got him. Nice. That felt amazing. Wow. Really was antsy a couple of turns there, but we pulled through. Just incredible value, even though we missed a couple of land drops as well. 6 and 2. Banger. Lucifer Lilac. That name kind of feels familiar. But they are a mythic opponent, so we're on the draw. I think I keep. I have colors, I have ramp, I have more than enough lands. A little bit slow though, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be sad if they're just aggro, as we see a 1-drop come out of them. Yep. Yeah. It's chill, it's chill, it's chill. It's cool, it's chill. It's cool and chill, I'm gonna say. Holy fuck. Okay, I think we're just gonna get ran over by the aggro deck, but you sometimes just gotta accept that, you know? That's what you gotta do. First spell during each of your turns that targets a creature cost black-white less to cast. Reduces only the amount of colored mana that you pay. So it only costs 1 generic to Rejoinder. And if you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, this creature perpetually gets +1/+1. Disgusting. Yeah, I think I just die here in a couple turns. On the draw against Silver Quill aggro. It happens. Grab another island here. Okay. Easel onto Stress Stream could be my way out of this situation, but I'm still a few turns away from doing that, and it allows them to get their beats in. So if I do this, next turn I have 5 mana. Right, this is always what I play right now. It could be an Emil, and the next turn it could be a Trove into Easel, into Stress Stream. That would be cool. Maybe I'm just supposed to present a creature at this point. Yeah, let's do that. I like this play. Like, my thought process is that I kind of play these creatures or these spells in the same order regardless, you know what I mean? Killian's Confidence, okay. Give this +1/+0, +1/+1. End of the hunt, sure. Take 6 here. They return to their hand. I'm at 9. I'm probably just dead next turn. Right? I don't know. Maybe it was correct to ramp the last turn, but let's see what happens. Seven mana. 6, 7, yeah. So next turn I have double Stress Stream. But I think Killian's Confidence, 2 + 5. +1. 7, 8. Takes me down to 1. Not quite enough. Yeah. And then I just die to literal anything. Yeah, they got me. They got me on this turn, even. On the Melancholic Poet. Oh my god, disgusting. Alright. Quick end to our run here. Silver Quill aggro. I don't really think there is any world where we can beat that curve. Maybe if we had drawn like Vibrant Outburst a little bit earlier, possibly, but I don't know. They're really good at presenting a lot of damage very quickly, but still 6 and 3 with this soupy slow control deck. Had some awesome moments. All of our cards pretty much had their moment in the sun. Top deck Sundering Archaic at the perfect moment there against that Witherbloom deck. That was amazing. Picture perfect. Felt good, man. Had a great time. Hey, it's Caro. I really hope you enjoyed this Magic video. If you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help me out a lot. If you want to catch me live, you can check out my Twitch channel. That link and all of my other social media is in the description below. While you're here, you can also consider checking out these 2 other videos that YouTube's algorithm thinks that you might also like. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!